In 1999 Los Angeles, Betty arrived in Hollywood filled with excitement. She could hardly believe she was actually there. The elderly couple beside her were people she'd met on the plane, and they had been incredibly kind to her. When Betty spotted the welcome banners hanging in the airport, she felt encouraged in her pursuit of her dreams. She was determined to fulfill her ambition of becoming a superstar in Hollywood. Before they parted ways, the elderly woman and her husband wished Betty well, expressing hope that they would one day see her work. Betty got into a taxi while the couple entered a luxury car. They looked genuinely happy, almost as if Betty were their own daughter. Arriving in the wealthy area of Sunset Boulevard, Betty located her aunt's apartment using the address she'd been given. Her aunt had been working in Hollywood for many years and had accumulated considerable wealth and connections. Betty's arrival had been facilitated by this aunt, who had even arranged for her to stay in one of her vacant properties. After finding the building manager, Coco, who explained the apartment situation to Betty, they went to the unit to complete the handover. Faced with the luxurious furnishings and decor, Betty couldn't contain her admiration. She could almost see her future self in this setting. After the manager left, Betty happily explored the house. When she excitedly entered the master bedroom, she discovered clothes and bags scattered on the floor. Cautiously entering the bathroom, she was startled to find a woman taking a shower. Betty asked in surprise who she was, but the woman stammered, unable to answer Betty's question. Assuming the woman might be a friend of her aunt's, Betty immediately left the room. In truth, the woman wasn't lying. She had lost her memory in a car accident the night before. Noticing a movie poster on the wall, the woman decided to borrow the name of the female lead, Rita. A few minutes later, the woman calling herself Rita emerged from the room and greeted Betty. Betty warmly introduced herself and mentioned her grand dreams of stardom. At that moment, Rita felt dizzy, possibly from a concussion caused by the accident. Betty helped her to the bed, believing she needed rest. Afterward, Betty called her aunt to confirm Rita's identity, but her aunt said she didn't know anyone named Rita. After considering the situation, Betty decided against calling the police, choosing instead to first understand Rita's circumstances better. When she returned to the room, she found Rita awake and immediately noticed something unusual about her.